Hello guys, so we're gonna play the part 2, but we're gonna play it in color. So the first one was just an intro, basically what the game is about. Now the things are gonna get a little bit more interesting. Wow, get up. Sunshine.
I will find you again.
So I'm this guy, Edward, I think. Teddy bear. I came here on this island looking for my sister. Well, and there's no one else on this island.
It's a beautiful day.
There's no one on this island but me and this. I don't know, is this my cousin or sister? I'm not sure. Or something, but I think maybe it's cousin.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissie dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
What's the real word was imagined shadow?
What?
Betty. About the previous.
It was dark.
Maybe
I just saw a shadow.
Chasing
I didn't
shadow.
dream and.
That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, teddy bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Graavik.
Well, here in the letter they say that they know nothing about my sisters. Well, his sisters. Disappearance, but I found her scarf and something, and I'm pretty convinced that she's here. So I'm just gonna. It's really pretty. Oh, I can jog. Amazing. I just hope I don't get an asthma attack.
Up here, Teddy. It's such a beautiful day.
Yeah, it's really
You
pretty
could bottle
color.
and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
I thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
So I guess that's up to me.
Lissie?
No need to shout.
Well, she's gonna stay there, and I'm just gonna go see if anyone is in the house.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping.
Sassy.
Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages.
Oh, might as well open. Hello? I said no one here. It really looks dead inside, like more like a graveyard than not a home. Oh shit.
Hello?
Well, that was the wind.
Who's there?
Forever. I don't know. Let's see.
Hello? Anyone home?
Nope. No one home. Just lazy. Don't focus for some reason. Let's read this. What does
September
it say?
21st, 1923.
It's great writing.
Vi desperata. Lissie, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in Guds forlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the Gemini. Death of the children was the end of Graavik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissie.
Well,
The letter just trails off. It was never sent.
more like a goodbye note. And people were clearly living here. Sherlock. Like really weird houses, small house. The Fretland's house is like the biggest of them all. It's like really large. It has floors and rooms and things.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear.
This
You're as
just has
skittish as a
one.
pussycat.
That looks
There's one
pretty.
more house. Third time's the charm.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say
No.
that's a no.
There's no one home. There's no
3
one
strikes,
inside.
you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
Bars seem like a fly buzzing and doesn't refer to simply when it vanishes unless in spider things. Well,
I
let's
saw some
explore.
sheds down by the water. There's the general store, the church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing?
Sure.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
Man, I wish I
What
could
on
play
earth
with
are
her
you doing?
energy.
Handstands, Teddy!
Like,
My
this
record
guy
is
is,
2
like,
minutes.
really
I'm working
slow.
on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Sure. Okay then. Look, a goat. Pretty goat. It's good to play this game during the summer. It really, kind of makes you think. Like it's a bit fresher than it actually is.
July 24th, memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Look at all these dead people.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
Good observation.
Here we are.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
Or perhaps by
Are they all dead?
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
Well, let's see. It's a British church.
Why would they board up a church?
What does that say?
God is not here.
Oh, that's encouraging. Like, really encouraging. Nothing here. On this side either. Well, I guess that's it for the church.
And so much for that. No
Yeah.
wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
It's quite
There
boring,
must be
isn't
people
it?
somewhere. Where are you going?
Well,
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air.
there are people all around us, just they're dead.
You go on ahead. I'll find you.
Of course you'll find me. It's not a big place after all. I wish this guy could run faster. I swear to God, I wish. Like he's running with the cane. Oopsie. My bad. Oh, nothing down here. Well, I can't pick up this axe. Oh, there are not many things I can actually interact with.
How
really
about
pretty.
we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
Of course,
And how
just
would
you and
I
me.
survive?
Yeah.
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I
Well,
wouldn't even know where to begin.
this guy
I
can
could
barely
learn.
walk.
I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order. Frederick Fretland and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. There may be something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some canned sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
Well,
The older
what do you
gentleman
know
is
about
clearly
Frederick?
Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this.
This is so smart. Oh, there is something inside. What's this?
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
Oh, well,
The
it's smart
ferry
ways.
route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Yeah,
Things
exactly.
got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
Well, there's no, like, seriously, there's not a single person here.
The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat. If it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know.
As a
Throw
souvenir.
parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea.
They must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather is bad...
It can't be healthy, being so isolated, cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
Yeah, all right, I get
This
it.
village is basically you two.
I said, all right. The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or dragons, I guess.
Let's see. What else do we have? Well, nothing here. Nothing there. Something was here. Oh, the boat. The missing boat. Magically disappeared.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost? If not a ghost, then a goat? The goat?
There must be
yeah,
a
of
logical
course.
explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so.
By the
But
living
then who were you
person.
chasing after last night? A shadow?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head.
God
Betty would have
knows.
taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
Oh, I can draw something. Oh, this is a nice picture. Well, let's see how long it's gonna take you. Okay, that's enough. Let's see, what have you drawn? Oh, these houses, they look so pretty. Such pretty houses. Didn't I already check this? Well, I checked it, so can I leave? Now you're saying nothing. Might as well check it a couple of dozen times just in case. But you're still not gonna say anything. Oh look, a boat.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
Jeez, relax.
Besides, the woods rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Maybe they just decided to die. Like collectively. Like, ah. I'd probably do it if I lived here. Like,
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember,
Oh.
I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
funny just as me.
Till Min Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad, Niels Frambu, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
Oh.
He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissie. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here.
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
Or with what it did to the village. Maybe.
I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed it'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits.
Okay, Edward. Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Yeah, sure.
What do you say, old sport?
Yeah, it doesn't look very inviting.
The sign says no trespassing for a reason.
Come on! There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've
There's
had
a
enough
house
adventure
up
on this side of
there.
the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
Oh my gosh.
I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to? You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissie.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then we would see them, wouldn't we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
The villagers turning invisible is the more likely thesis.
Do try to keep an open mind, Edward, darling.
Amazing.
The weather is favorable today.
I did a little dance last night, appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
Promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me.
Oh, of course.
But I told him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
It's quite peaceful.
If no one was around, I'd strip naked. The earth would delight in my bare feet. The wind would savor playing with my hair.
Is that so?
I don't know, I just like being naked. But not when you're around, Teddy Bear.
Okay, enough chit chat. So, where else can I go? Pretty much checked out everything. Oh no, I missed one house. Yes, this one. On the hill. So let's see. Oh, I can draw again. Awesome. Okay, you've drawn enough. Let's see. Oh, it's quite nice. Well, nothing here. It's locked.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just
Certainly.
bust down?
Is that? Lissie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lissie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Man, this guy is really no action. Like, I have to wait for every interaction until he finishes his dialogue or something. Anything open? Yes.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
Just open it, for God's sake.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Toilet.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking.
Jesus, like,
Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy.
look at
You're
the
such a
pants.
sap.
Like, holy, like, what the hell? Is someone throwing them just up in the ceiling? Just for fun, instead of pancakes, we're gonna throw some pans.
Edward Charles Harden. Tanty, world traveler, cat burglar.
A
Jesus.
cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
What
The state of this
It's probably
place.
murder.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when.
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah.
What does it
Less
say?
creepy, definitely.
Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Of course.
Barn means child. And mortar,
Jesus.
that's.
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
It's kind of
Probably
creepy.
the same someone who vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be
Yeah, me neither.
ridiculous. We're all alone.
Neither.
What else do you suggest we do?
It's the same photograph as in the
Johan's
farmhouse, but
gone. At least, I assume he's the one who's been snip.
Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother.
And it's locked. Amazing.
Damnation.
How
The hat's
convenient.
in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues. Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way? Why else keep a list of undesirables?
Getting dirty
So?
thing there.
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
All right, okay. Everything's Jake. We made
Like,
it into the store. I'm sure we'll
seriously,
find a way through that door.
They're not gonna address these things? Like these flying pants? Like, what the hell? What is das? No,
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of
The keys are all gone.
some thieving thieves beat you to it, rascals.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon. Yai put it means I put. Nurkel is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
Yeah,
I
but I'm
spent the
pretty
summer
smart.
reading. And I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
Like,
You
a
know my
lot.
mind. It's a sponge.
Of course, I'm super smart.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
Yeah, nice push, your little one.
S-O-S. Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Graavik.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Graavik.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months.
Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register. You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. The vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
God, are you slow? I'm really not used to these slow pacing games. So maybe I may sound like I'm complaining a little bit. But that's actually what I'm doing, I'm complaining a little bit. It's kind of slow, really. But I guess it builds up the tension. Probably it's the point of this. To just bingo, found it.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here, and not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So,
Sort of.
what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
Well, let's read the letter.
What's
Thank
that?
you.
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard
Let's
to
see.
read.
I'll try
I'm
to
not sure my
translate this
translation
one.
will be. Johan, you
You piece of shit.
refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth.
Jesus,
He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth.
it's kind of creepy.
Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johan, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse.
And she's
Oh,
dead.
Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth,
Jesus,
his own cousin.
Ruth
kind
was
of messy. Family relationships, eh?
playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it, and Johan never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johan
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His
Jesus.
father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissie, wait.
Well, it's not something I could just joke around with. Well, I mean, I could if I was a complete idiot. But I can't. Maybe I will, God knows. God help me.
I found it, Teddy.
God's not
The
here.
cliff. I'm standing right
So
below
might
it.
as well.
What are you
find it.
doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden.
Look at the glitch. Thank
Come
you.
on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not mountain.
Whoopsie-daisy.
Jesus. He's such a flower, I swear.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
Jesus.
You
Such a
insensitive
dickhead.
brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours, with only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Fine. Fine with me, I guess. I mean, definitely fine with me. Jesus, why are you glitching so hard?
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside? It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin?
Sure.
Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my
Breath.
breath? Huh. Do you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Oh, we're about to find out. Look at it. Jesus, this guy's hyperventilating
You
already.
can see clear
Like-
beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted
Jesus.
to learn more.
Oh my
This
God.
is you learning more.
Well,
She
technically,
hit
yes.
her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first
Simple
place?
observation.
She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still...
Betty's still not here.
They're still out there. Lissie, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissie,
Buses.
are you there?
Oh,
Teddy.
fuck.
My word. Look away, Lissie.
Is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's
Jesus.
one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those
Talk
fresh
about
graves at
hanging
the
tree.
church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily connected.
Come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly. What made him do this? What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself?
Jeez.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick, and he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran,
No.
and
This happened later.
Yeah, much later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess.
Someone
Maybe
taking
it's the
him
killer.
down.
The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's
After-
just
After
speculation with
killing
no
an
basis in
entire village,
fact.
yes, definitely.
There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Just leave
Does
him
it
here.
look like he's resting in peace? You're just
God,
going to leave
she's
him hanging?
pissed.
You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my
Oh,
concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then?
Of course
All
I
you
would.
do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and
Jesus.
look at me when I'm talking to you.
Like, seriously? You wanna fight?
All right. All you do
Oh, I
is
mean-
obsess over
Now
a
you're
scarf
gonna repeat everything.
and a hat. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
No, let's say that again.
Anyway, all you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward,
Jesus Christ.
the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
Wow, that was snarky. But she's right. She's definitely right. Like, it's not okay
What
to
are you
just...
doing? You can't just pull
my
him down
God.
by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
Well, use a chair. Genius. I think this is gonna be like a main character that I'm probably not gonna like so much. This is creepy. It's really creepy.
I'm going to be sick.
Yeah, it is kind of
I
disgusting.
can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Definitely disgusting.
Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse. Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
Oh, no,
perhaps
it's
they
coming
left
back.
after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Yes, probably I would go with murder. But no, maybe I
Penny for your thoughts?
maybe also, but
She was probably murdered.
And you think
go with
Simon
this.
did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
Alright. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
of course.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be
Dead.
anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there in the dark.
She's a tough cookie, your Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is. I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. But yes, I'll try. In a bit.
Oh, look, there's a letter. What
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Oh.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
Yeah, just read it, please.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways.
Huh.
Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
I'm going to bed. Did we read this already? I think we have.
I feel restless.
You should sleep.
I'm not sure I can. The two brothers married twin sisters, Anna and Margaret Taylor.
Now that we know what happened to Ruth, this empty house is even spookier.
It's a house, nothing more.
You know better than most that souls can linger. Especially if they die.
There's no such thing as a soul.
Life force. Ghost. Whatever. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
The only ghosts are in our minds.
Says you. It's almost painful to look at this photograph now. Their whole world fell apart. Oh, I can't bear to think about it. Do you think Simon killed Ruth?
It's not important what I think.
I don't know what to believe. Sometimes children do monstrous things.
Oh, yeah, but I hope not.
It's the same photograph we saw in the store.
Except this one's whole.
So the brother who owns the store,
Frederick,
was angry with Johann before Ruth. Because
of the mine. It all comes back to the mine.
the mine must have been a big deal for Graavik.
Graavik. An opportunity to do more than live hand to mouth.
What a blow it must have been to lose it all.
Johann and Frederick Fretland. Thick as thieves before things took a turn.
Don't you always say that much of our pain is self-chosen?
I wonder about that. These headlines make more sense now. Johann sells his share, and the cave-in occurs shortly thereafter, killing 3 people.
Including the younger brother.
The investor pulls out, leaving Frederick with the bills.
Oh, I feel awful for everyone. Losing a brother, losing the business.
There were no happy endings here.
Yeah, it is quite sad. This doll is just creepy. Shit. Might as well put a
What are you
smile on her
doing?
face.
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's
Not
healthy
now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
It really is a little bit creepy. Let's see how you look like.
You do look exhausted. Go to bed, Edward. I'll tuck you in.
Thank you. She's really nice. And sarcastic.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlins arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
Yes,
There are
please.
no-
Hush now. Sleep.